Here we go. We are back live and in living color. The Undisputed Podcast. We're still around. That's the DJ.
That's me.
And
the guy below you.
Below me.
You get it? Get it, Mojo? The guy below me.
And we're back with Bobby's Best Bets, where each of us make 3 selections in the NFL, the league.
And I'm taking Mojo. All of my bets. I'm putting the stack on Mojo. Mojo beats everybody.
So to recap last week,
Mojo takes on the world.
Are you going to keep interrupting me?
Yes, I am, Frank.
It's his show, Frank. He can do it.
I don't give a damn. It's Hulk Hogan's show.
I want, Frank.
It would make no sense if it was Hulk Hogan's show. Why would Bobby's name be on it?
Dennis, are you eating?
Yeah, cake.
Cake. What else? Is that all
didn't
cake?
Bring cake for everybody else.
It's a bun cake.
You didn't bring cake for our guest.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, where's my cake? What's that on the side though? That's not all.
Brownie.
Where are your manners?
That's a brownie.
Cake and a brownie, bro. What are you doing?
Man.
Yeah.
Where's the ice cream?
Nope. It's my new
whatever.
Thing. Any podcast we do, I'm just going to eat cake.
Okay. All right. You know, it's like sitting at a press conference and eating brownies or whatever. I don't remember what he's eating, but it was.
Phil's eating muffins and some
muffins.
Soda
pop. Yes. You can eat soda pop? That's weird.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. All right. Back to business. Come on, Frank.
All right, Dennis.
Can you keep this thing on the rails, please?
This is why I eat cake, because these two can't get on the same page.
Dennis was 2-1 in his picks. Our special guest picker. He was 1-2. The old BRC Bruiser. He was 1-2. And Bobby.
Are you? Well, what was I?
1-2.
1-2. Okay. So
whose fault is that, Frank?
I don't know.
Well, so Frank, then how are we doing this? I mean, explain to our guest. Is he picks any games he wants?
Any NFL game for week 3.
Okay.
3 games. Each of us will pick 3 games.
Okay. All right. Well,
and because we're nice men and we're professionals, our guest will go first.
That was a two-faced lie right there, Frank. Oh, well done. No, you should get your phone closer to the computer. It sounds amazing.
Is that me?
I don't know who that is. It might have been
mine's right here.
I blame Frank. I always blame Frank.
It's usually me.
That's a thing. It makes that sound when you put your phone on. What?
Yeah, if they the signals get it causes interference.
It's across the streams.
Crossing streams. Never a good thing. All right, got it. So I'm picking what games we're picking.
We're all picking different games possibly, but we're all getting 3 picks. So any game on the NFL board you want to pick.
Oh, okay.
Is there a prize involved?
Mojo, you're still an avid NFL guy, yeah?
More or less, yeah. They call me the spread master. I've been known to be called.
The spread master.
Spread master.
Wow.
That could go a lot of different ways.
That's a weird nickname to have, man.
That's exactly why I like that name.
A lot of different ways. It could have to do with No,
you don't have to go into that because most people don't actually. Believe it or not, most people don't catch that. The double meaning.
Well, we appreciate the fact that we're one of the most immature groups of people ever. So
we're just highly intellectual groups. That's why I came back, pal.
There it is. Okay. I'll go.
Speaking of intellectual,
there you go.
There it is, man.
Right on command. Shit. Now I look a little bit like Frank.
No,
that's never a good look. Frank's eating too.
I was about to say, I feel like shit. I got no food here. feel like a jabroni.
All right, Let's do the picks. Let's get into the picks.
All right. Let's pick them.
Up.
Pick your.
Let's not make this too easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some easy games this week, but let's not get too easy with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with picking my Green Bay Packers over the New Orleans Saints. That's how I'm kicking this one off.
Right. See what I just did there, right?
Cheesehead.
I got my cheesehead. Put it on. I put it on. It's on there.
Where is my cheesehead? Right there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Pack. Who's the pack over?
New Orleans.
All right. Okay.
He said he did say that.
He did.
Oh. Okay.
So
I should probably listen.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Probably.
If you feel like, I mean, you don't have to.
I mean, but now's a good time to start. Sure.
If I don't
right.
at least go 2-1, then you definitely don't have to listen. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm 1-2, so. All right, Frank.
Pick number 2.
Yeah.
Mojo, read them all. Give them all.
I go consecutive. All right.
Keep it going, brother.
All right. Let's see what we got here. We got some Giants and Niners. Let's see. Bills and Commanders. All right. I got my next 2 games. Let's do this. I'm taking Bills over the Commanders, and then I'm taking Ravens over Colts.
Ooh, okay.
Those are my 3 games.
So you don't believe in Sam Howell? You don't believe in my Commanders?
Sam who?
Yeah. Sam Howell, the Commander quarterback. Come on, man.
I'm from DC too, bro, and I'm not doing it.
Ooh. Wow.
I'm taking a guess here. Is the Commanders Washington?
Yeah.
Okay. The Washington football team. I was kind of hoping they'd just stay with that name.
I did too.
Frank, you're a Commanders fan?
Yeah. Die hard.
Well,
How did they settle on Commanders? That kind of sucks.
I didn't love it either, to be honest with you.
Hopefully they get to change next year.
The Washington Generals sounds better than Commanders. Commanders is brutal.
Yeah, they dropped the ball big time. Again, they should have just stuck to the football team if they were going to pick Commanders.
Yeah.
That was at least hilarious.
Yeah. The Washington football team.
People were back home were like mad as hell, too. They're like, you couldn't at least call this the Washington Football Club so we can say we're up in the club? Like, we got to be the football team, the worst name ever. And I was like, no, I like that move.
All right, let's go up top. Dennis, as he's feeding his face.
That's right.
Oh, you look at that was a cold move, Frank.
It's all right. It's delicious cake that's really, really moist and went down real easy.
Did you finish it all?
No, I still got some left.
Oh, how about the brownie? You finished that?
No, not yet.
You got some work to do, pal.
I'll be all right.
Yeah.
I already had a brownie tonight before we came on.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
His pants.
No, I won't. It's fine. And I ate dinner before that. Anyway.
Oh no.
I may shit my pants. There was broccoli in the dinner, so that's just
broccoli and brownies. That's dinner of champions.
Not together.
Yeah.
What? No, it wasn't. That's a weird casserole.
Broccoli flavored brownies.
Broccoli's cool, but then the house smells like farts.
Yeah. It's true.
I mean, it does.
For anyone that came to listen to the podcast expecting us to talk about professional wrestling, I'd like to formally apologize to you for that.
This is the good stuff. Everybody knows
anyway,
about pro wrestling.
The night's a pup. The night is young.
That is
the night
true.
is young.
All right, so my picks. I got the Niners over the Giants.
Oh, the night is Steve Young.
I'm taking the Lions over the Falcons. And I also am picking the Let's Go Buffalo over the team from Washington.
Huh.
Sorry, Frank.
Yeah,
I didn't know you were a Commanders fan. I still would have picked the Buffalo, but whatever.
He was ready to go. He had those written down.
Hey,
Yeah.
is Barry Sanders playing?
Frank, what do you got?
I have got Hot Atlanta. I got the Pack from Green Bay, and I'm going to go with the Patriots over the Jets.
Yeah.
The Pats, they're going to murder Zach Wilson. They're going to take him out on a stretcher.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah.
It might happen.
And if they actually murder him, I would think they would take him out in a coffin.
Or body bag.
Yeah.
It
But
might
definitely
be a
not
body
a
bag.
stretcher. A stretcher would be a waste of resources.
You know what? It's going to be a throwback game to the old Philadelphia Eagles game. It's going to be a body bag game.
The Philadelphia Eagles used to kill people.
Yes. Make your picks.
I don't know where I was when that happened. All right, my picks. You ready, Mojo?
Yes, please.
They're coming in hot here. Just give me a second. I got the Miami Heat. Is that
Crickets.
no? Okay.
Crickets.
Miami Heat.
I got the Penguins. The no, Frank, is that right? No, I'm going with Miami.
The Penguins.
I'm going with the Steel Curtain. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers for my man Corey Graves. Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Rams. I'm going with the Rams.
There it is.
Wow.
I'm
I
not
like it.
talking about the truck either, not Dodge.
I'm not going to Dodge Ram.
We got to get new writers for this show.
I don't know. I like the Montana Penguins football team. I think that's
Montana Penguin.
that's the one right there. I'm glad no one said Chiefs and Bears because that's just playing cheap.
Yeah.
That's low-hanging fruit. That's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys still following football? Who's leading the league in rushing right
I don't have any clue.
I don't
now?
know.
No, that was always my favorite. I was a running back guy, but I defense too.
Let's look that up. Actually, I'm curious.
The leading. Oh, I think it's Bijan Robinson from Atlanta.
Bijan. Is it
Bijan
Bijan or Bijan?
Bijan.
Is he French?
He's a beast.
No, it's Christian McCaffrey with 268.
Yeah, dummy.
Is number 2 at 180. Big drop off.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Damn, brother's got 268 yards rushing in 2 games. Not bad.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Frank, you look like
Mojo, what are you doing lately, football wise? Like you're we gonna see on like College Game Day or anything anytime soon?
That box is checked in the professional wrestling world with Mr. McAfee locking that one down for us.
That son of a.
That dude's everywhere.
Yeah, he is.
He is. Well, I'll tell you where he's not. He's not in War Games. Not
Okay.
anymore.
He
Not
was.
anymore. Actually, I think they won. They won. I don't remember. I think they won.
I think it's safe to say Pat is the definition of the American story. He's a punter who's the American dream, American story. He is a multi-millionaire, and he's a punter.
Yeah, man.
Look what he's parlayed his career into.
You'd think he was a star quarterback, but you're right. Started as a punter, and there he is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know? And he's not like, I mean, let's be honest, like Pat's not so like Steve Weatherford, also a punter, but also voted the fittest man in the NFL. I mean, he's, and he's shredded. Pat, not so much. But he's just living his best life.
He's
I mean,
getting bigger though. Looks like he's bulking up a bit.
You think?
He looked a little jacked.
He's on SmackDown the other night, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna be in a sleeveless all the time. He's knows he's got to fill it out. So
well, he is. He's. I mean, that's the standard issue. That's the uniform for Pat, right? It's the black jeans and the black tank. It was kind of like my dad growing up. He always wore Dickies, a white T-shirt, and work boots. It was the old, like fire department garb when they were off the clock or cooking or not fighting the fire or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Doing other stuff.
Right.
Got it. Yeah.
Kind of like Frank is always wearing like a leotard and leg warmers because he's
doing other stuff.
Frank. Yeah. Yeah.
Mojo, what are your thoughts on Deion Sanders?
Deion Sanders is the talk of the town, man. He's killing it, man. Colorado. I don't think anyone was expecting that Colorado State game to be that close, but
No.
He's doing it right, man. And I think the way he handled his interviews this week was just going to make everybody love him. He's got the support, seems like, of the entire football community. Very few haters. And I mean, not only is he killing it, but his sons are dominating on both sides of the ball, which is insane. It's early. I mean, I think people probably need to level their expectations a bit. If you think like Colorado's going to win the national championship, I mean, that's pretty bold, pretty aggressive to think that. But
this is University of Colorado or Colorado State?
University of Colorado, but the two played each other this past
Buffaloes.
week.
All right.
Yeah, the Buffaloes.
So Deion's head coach of the Buffaloes.
Yes, sir.
And both of his boys play on his team.
Yeah.
One's corner. One plays corner or safety, cornerback, and the other one plays quarterback.
Wow. That's insane.
I mean, they both scored this week, too. The corner had a pick six.
Holy shit.
And obviously, the quarterback.
This is the same. That's the same guy who, here's a little Albany trivia. He played at Heritage Park.
He was an AC Yankee.
Albany, the Albany Colony Yankees when the farm team was there.
I believe I don't think he spent a lot of time there. It was a very short-lived.
No, God, no. Who would?
But Bernie Williams and Gerald Williams and Jimmy Leyritz were there for like a season.
Yeah, that's when he was rocking the curl too.
Yeah,
that's when he was rocking the Jerry.
He had the drip. He had the drip and everything.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Yeah.
All right, here's a quick question. Round the room. Better athlete, Deion or Bo Jackson?
Bo Jackson.
Mojo, what do you say?
I think Bo Jackson's probably the more common answer here. I mean, Bo Jackson.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, what a lot of people say is the best athlete just ever. Not.
Yeah.
He's our generation's Jim Brown. I mean, he was like he didn't make sense. I would, Bo is easily the greatest athlete of our generation.
And that's not to take a thing away from Deion Sanders, but no. Bo was just different. He was a much better baseball player than Deion was. He had a cannon of an arm. He could hit for power. He was fast.
Right.
And he didn't let much fall in the outfield. Deion was quick, but he didn't hit for power, not like Bo Jackson did.
Right.
And Deion Sanders didn't make a whole lot of fucking tackles. Let's be honest. He was
right.
He wasn't the guy hitting people. He wasn't Ronnie Lott.
No, definitely not. I wonder how Bo. Okay, so who would have been a more successful pro wrestler, Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders?
Bo Jackson.
Then or now?
Oh, I don't know because Deion's got that charisma about him.
Bro, if it's now, it's Deion. There's no way it's not Deion if it's current.
Right.
Yeah.
Brother's promo game is on point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to give it to Deion.
Point.
He's got the gimmick. He's got the shades, and he's ready made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bo is a specimen, though. So I guess it depends on what you're tuning in for. But I'll say bell to bell, maybe Bo. But from a total package standpoint, I think you got to go with Deion because he's gonna command respect on the stick. Yeah,
He could probably cut a good promo, I would assume.
yeah, of course he would.
But I think right now he's great for college. He's great for college athletics because he's putting eyes on a school nobody gave a damn about a year ago.
How do you feel about that, Mojo? Like, I mean, you very pro Deion and the spotlight it puts on. You're a former major college football player. What are your thoughts?
As far as him having the spotlight as a coach?
Just all in general, Deion's effect on the college football world right now, positive or negative?
I'd say definitely positive. And now with the NIL, I think it's only more so because the more he talks and takes attention, he's just bringing all that attention to the team. And now they can actually monetize that. So when the Colorado State head coach was talking about, I take my shades and hat off when I'm talking to adults, every player on that team had a pair of the shades now to back it up. And that was a big money deal.
Boy.
So there's not
Yeah.
many coaches in college football that can pull that off. I mean,
Right.
he gets a pass because he was such a superstar player and everyone knew him for being a character and a gimmick. So no one surprised or frustrated if he starts being him. Most coaches can't get away with that. So I think it's really refreshing. I think it's fun. And to be honest with you, as long as he's winning, nobody's really going to question it. If they go over,
isn't that the bottom line?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's always the bottom line. As long as you're winning, you can get away with most.
They got some tough ones coming up, so we'll see. They got their true test coming.
They got Oregon coming up. They got USC coming up. So he's going to then tests. I mean, we'll see how good. I mean, I don't want to people bash him once they're going to get some losses. They're going to take it on the chin. Yeah. But the man has done so much for a school that nobody cared about. I mean, they're packing the stadiums. They're rushing the field.
And they're talking about him, which is huge. The just getting the national attention on that school is fantastic. And he's doing it the right way, too. I'm he's holding – I think going and him getting in some – like, I'm sure they don't talk about it all that much, but getting in the players' asses a little bit in their face and holding them accountable – as opposed, the football that you guys grew up playing, as opposed to the softer touch of what football kind of has, the coaching has become. If that makes sense.
I bet you this too. I bet you he doesn't stay there very long.
Yeah,
I give him 2 more years.
Maybe.
Once his kids are gone,
yep. I mean, he'll take his kids with him. I mean, the problem is, if you have to transfer, you might have to sit a year, but. I mean, the quarterback's done after this year. He's going to get drafted highest, of course, if everything stays constant. But I don't remember how old the corner is, what year that kid is. But, I mean, with all this buzz, one of those top schools that underperforms this year is going to be looking for a new head coach this offseason. And he's got to be happy. As long as they do well, he's not going to stay at Colorado. Someone's going to pay him way more and put him way more in that spotlight in that prime time slot, and that's going to be it. He's gone.
Dallas Cowboys.
It could be pro, but he said recently that he doesn't want to coach pro because pro players have too much money. They don't listen. They don't work as hard. You can't shape them, and that's why he likes college athletics so much because people will actually listen to him.
That also is going to keep his ass babyface. If he stays, for that reason, I think that keeps that there's something admirable about that and staying in the college ranks for that reason. Yep. So I think that does keep him a strong baby face.
True.
What if he heads back to the alma mater? What if he goes Florida State? What if we find him in Tallahassee? Is that possible?
He wanted to go there. They took the Oregon coach. Before he went to either he was at Jacksonville State or Jackson State, and something happened, and he didn't wind up going there. And he took
that's a pretty big jump, though, to go from Jackson State to Florida State.
Right.
maybe he would have killed it just as much. I mean, with what we're seeing so far, there's no reason to think he wouldn't. But, that's a big risk by Florida State more so, to jump right in. I mean, Jackson State is, it's a good program, but it's, 1AA, right? Or whatever, what do they call it now? FCS or whatever. It's just not the same level. So it is a big jump, but I don't know. Now he's proven he probably could handle it, but
yeah.
What do you think the odds are of him going to Hudson Valley Community College?
I don't know.
No?
It's possible.
Something tells me that they can't afford Deion, but I could be wrong.
Well, if he loses the next 50 games in a row, it might make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just thinking, thinking out loud, guys. Ignore me.
Okay.
Didn't you play there?
Yeah.
I did, actually. Yeah. I did. Me and Mark Smelly Bell played there together.
Mark
for a
Smelly
year.
Bell.
Yeah. He's on the Power Project. You know that name, Mojo? Mark Bell? He invented the slingshot. It's a powerlifting bench press thing.
Oh, that slingshot. I was like, wait a second.
I was like, how fucking old is that
How
guy?
old is this guy? I'm pretty sure it's been around like thousands of years.
Oh. All right. Now it makes sense. I get it. I guess I didn't think about that before it came out.
Dude, is Mark Smellbell loaded from having created that slingshot?
He's loaded. Yeah. Mark.
Because it is a niche product at the end of the day. So it is, I mean, you just make millions of dollars, but is that 1 million? Is that 50 million? Like, it's probably not 50 million.
I don't know. He's parlayed it, and I don't know the man's, bank book or anything, but he's parlayed it into like the Power Project podcast. He's had a gym in Sacramento for years that he has made just free. Like anybody can come and train. I don't know exactly, but he's definitely done well.
My research on Google, which is wildly accurate, of course, is estimating somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 5 million for net worth.
Okay,
that's not bad change. That's not bad.
Oh no.
I mean, it's not probably fish money, but it's decent.
You're doing better than me.
Yeah. Exactly. Mojo, what do you got going on, man? What's next on the horizon for the Mojo?
Shoot, man, keeping it rocking and rolling, brother. I got that we talked about last time. I think my company Paragon Talent Group. We've been having a really good year, so time to expand that one and keep doing what we're doing and keep growing as much as we can. But we've had a really good 2 years, so that's been keeping me busier than anything. And then hosting TMZ Sports still, but
nice.
It's been good, man. Just bought a new house, so we're in here now. That's
beautiful.
Good. Like that part.
Beautiful. So what's the game with Paragon Sport? Like, is it you're chasing down? Is it like all things entertainment, all things just sports, just athletes? What do you like? Who do you represent?
Staying mostly with wrestlers, since we know the space and how much wrestling needs more management and support outside of just the bigs, as we very well
it's
know.
Brutal. It's brutal. Like my agent, Andy, the blowback that he gets sometimes from people. And then the boys, it's just such a backwards ass industry in that way.
It's
and
tough,
the boys
man.
are afraid to get representation because they don't want to piss anybody off. But at the same time, like, your representation is supposed to be looking out for you. Therefore, they need to ruffle some feathers. And if they don't, they're not doing their job.
Exactly. And It's just because the wrestling world doesn't respect that relationship. They don't want to. Why should they? Because they're just going to end up having to spend more money. You know, NFL is not even, or any other sport for that matter, is not even a consideration.
Right.
The team speaks with your agent. They don't talk to you. You do what you're told, and that's what it is. They're not looking at you sideways if you cave for less money. That's not how it works. I mean, you got to have just at least a little bit of respect for someone to understand that point. But yeah, in wrestling, man, since that relationship isn't established and there's no union and all these things that every other sport has, it's like, well, if your management for one of the bigs and your agent isn't caving and giving, signing what they want you to sign, they're just going to put that heat on the talent. And then the talent gets job scared. They know everybody's to an extent replaceable. They can just plug in the next guy and they cave. Whereas, what they need to be doing is just saying, hey, I have an agent for a reason. I have a manager for a reason. Please just handle this with him. That's why I have them. So I don't muddy the waters at work and we don't have issues.
Yeah.
We want this to work out for everybody. But you'll see it a lot of times. Like, guys will get nervous because somebody will drop a line like, hey, if you don't sign this amount, you're not going to get another offer and you're done. And you got to stand strong. And it's just like, hey, man, all right, that's fine. I got stuff on the outside and, I can make as much, if not more than I'm making. And we have a plan for that. And here it is. And, it is what it is. But too many guys are like scared to do it. And I understand it. If there's nothing waiting for you on the outside or it's a risk or, you just really want to be where you are currently, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you got to be comfortable with the fact that you're probably losing out on hundreds of thousands of dollars per year.
Yep. And you only get one go round at this, you only get one body to do this with. So when you've spent it, when that bump card's full, like nobody's going to give a shit.
And there's no retirement. There's no pension.
Yep.
There's nothing afterwards. I mean, medical coverage, we don't even have that while we're there, aside from what happens to you in the ring, of course. But
right.
Yeah, dude, it sucks, man. Like we're working to try and help everybody out when we can. And hopefully we'll get to a point where, we can start having much larger conversations with many more people and cover a broader spectrum. But I'd say for where we're at for 2 years, man, it's gone way better than we could have possibly imagined.
That's awesome.
And that's just
awesome.
A testament to the wrestlers, man, about how much everyone's killing it and how many attributes they can offer any kind of brand or business afterwards. And I mean, that's all it is. People don't realize that being a wrestler, a professional wrestler, prepares you for anything you want to do next, more so than any other sport on the planet by a mile.
I agree. It's this weird skill set, but it's also because you get so used to having to like be on your toes and be on the fly. I think it's unlike any other form of entertainment where you are that off the cuff. That's how you survive. So you learn that, like, obviously with what we do and kayfabe is what it is. So like, let's just speak candidly, like, okay, well, where else are you going to apply this skill set? Okay, well, you can apply this skill set in like movies and stuff, right? Fight choreography and blah, blah, blah. But even there, like, they have as many takes as they want. They have different angles. They have special effects. We don't have that. We're theater in the round and we're going for it. And we don't have much more than our bodies to tell the story with.
Yeah, the easy translation to other jobs is like, hey, go out there and win the crowd, go out there and be able to public speak or, adapt to change in hostile environments. Like, those are kind of the obvious, everyone knows. But what people also don't realize is, how about creating a brand, coming up with your gimmick and your colors and your moveset, making sure everything's synonymous and buttoned up so nothing doesn't make any sense. I mean, when you're working for, Wall Street or pick any kind of job out there, you got to create your brand and find your niche. I mean, that's what we do. Then you got to market that brand. You got to get the message out. You got to hustle on social and YouTube and podcasts and all these places so fans can see you outside of the ring to be able to get with you, or else you got no shot. So if it comes to client acquisition or client retention, these are all synonymous skills, So people don't realize yes, it's a completely different thing, but the underlying characteristics and abilities that you have, that's really what can translate to anything. That's why you can throw a wrestler loose in just about anything and they're going to go out there and crush it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes total sense to me. I think it's a noble sort of void you're attempting to fill there, because I think there needs to be some pushback from the boys. We all know the stories of it needs a union and blah, blah, blah. And we all also know that that's never going to happen. So this sort of thing, Paragon being kind of that step in the right direction, I hope. And I think that the boys collectively do need to start seeing it as, okay, well, I need to get representation. And that representation needs to be for the purpose of okay, we got to make this more fair.
Yeah, and the communication it's tougher because, with sports, when you sign a contract, everybody knows what you're making. And you can use that information to base what you think you should be paid. I mean, with the boys, not everybody's always truthful when telling each other where they're at. But you can have one person that knows to filter it through confidentially. That goes a long way too, man, because it's so all over the place. If everyone knew what everyone was making, it would be a completely different conversation.
And the boys in that regard almost have no one to blame but themselves. But yet you can't get I guess it is a traditionally selfish business or whatever, but I don't know, man. I think you grow up doing whatever it is that you do, and you and I can both relate to the team sport aspect sort of thing. And I think we spend our adult lives trying to find that locker room, in a way, where that camaraderie and that bond and that brotherhood is there. And I've felt it at different times in certain pro wrestling locker rooms for sure. Depending on the place and the time and whatnot, there was definitely a common cause. And that's I think an element that is essential.
Dude, there's no stronger locker room on the planet anywhere than a wrestling locker room. More so than football or any of these other sports, man. I mean, I was actually just talking to a buddy about this just last night, one of my old football teammates, and he asked me that very question. It's well, you guys aren't on the road 5 days a week, city to city, 52 weeks a year for an indefinite amount of time. Football, pro sports, the rosters change. There's cuts. You're making trades, all these things. I mean, you might go from Raw to SmackDown, or maybe you go somewhere else. But at some point, everyone kind of circles back up again. But again, it's still just that amount of time on the road together, and in the car, and all these things, and wrestling with someone or against them, and building that old chemistry. It's just a completely different thing, and just such a stronger bond than anywhere else.
Yeah, for sure. And so I'm just gonna go for it here. I don't want to pull us down, but the tragedy with Wyndham and you were at the services and stuff there, and Mojo, I know that you and Wyndham were tight and on the come up together in developmental and all that time. And I, it's so some of what we're talking about here, Wyndham was a ball player. he from all of the outpouring and everything that anyone has said, it just seems like talk of the town as far as like being a good human being. Just devastating, obviously, a loss to the industry and to his friends and family and whatnot. You attended the services. What are your thoughts and your feelings on Wyndham and the memory of the man and who he was?
I mean, Wyndham was just such a close friend over the years. His dad, Mike Rotunda, actually got me my job with WWE.
Oh, get out of here! Really?
That's right. That's right.
That's how I got in. I was playing football with the Gronkowski brothers. Well, Mr. Gronkowski was college roommates with Mike Rotunda at Syracuse. So
holy shit,
he made that
That's
introduction,
wild.
and got signed thanks to him, and was able to come in. And Wyndham was one of my close friends. I mean, we just kind of spoke the same language, and just talk about one of the most selfless people in a locker room that really like cared about people. I mean, you see it in wrestling, like, if it's something that like, you're supposed to shake everybody's hand when you walk into a room. Well, people that don't come from wrestling, they don't know that. They have no idea. Matter of fact, it's probably the opposite because you're told not to bother the veterans. You don't go walk up to John Cena and shake his hand in football. You got to earn that respect to go approach him and talk to him like that. So we didn't know any better. So like, it's easy for everybody else to be like, look at this piece of shit from the NFL coming in and big leaguing us. He didn't shake my hand today. He thinks he's so sweet and he got an easier path than the rest of us. That wasn't the case at all, but nobody really stopped to understand why this was happening. But Wyndham was that guy. And that's just one example. I could think of probably 3 dozen off the top of my head, but Wyndham was always the dude that, smartened up the young guys, gave people real advice, positive and, constructive criticism, I'll even say. But he was just like I always thought he was, if not the most influential person in the locker room, one of them, because of his ability to bring everybody together and keep it up. Things would get so negative, man. It was, how nasty it gets in there. But when Wyndham dude, he never bought into that crap. Like, he always stayed positive and having fun and laughing about the hard times and just, was such a good brother to have around. And his service, man, was just, it was unbelievable. Actually, Bo Dallas Taylor and I, we were roommates for a year at actually when we first moved to Orlando for the PC. But I mean, the words that were said about him and just the turnout, dude. People were there that knew him for a week, that had known him his whole life. You see the biggest names in wrestling that all came early and stayed through the end. I believe the AEW folks, from what I understand, they booked a private jet to fly in and fly out because it was on the day of a show. And
heard that too. Which, I mean, all credit to Tony Khan, AEW, to do something like that for it's the industry, and that's loving the industry, loving wrestling, and being able to look beyond any borders or lines or anything, and just loving the memory and honoring like your potential employees and whatnot that had a connection to the man. To hear everybody's sentiments be this very similar to what you expressed, and I mean, I'd say it's universal from everything I've heard. And I only had a few encounters with Wyndham, but he was always, very gregarious, like you were saying, like he added energy to the room. He was one of those like you know, you talk about vibration and stuff, not to get too woo-woo, but like some people suck the energy out of a room, you know, and pro wrestling's got them for sure. And then you have a guy like him who is the opposite, and it bonds people, it brings people together. It's unfortunate, obviously, the tragedy of him passing away and everything, but think about how many people in our industry had bonding moments, you know, one-on-one because of their mutual admiration and love of the man himself, not Bray Wyatt, you know, but Wyndham. And that's pretty fucking cool. And it's pretty powerful to think that's, you know, your death brought that to the industry and to the people that, you know, were I mean, talk about importance, right? Like an important figure. And just
I think that's of note too, because when you ask somebody, it always goes to personal things. With how incredible of a performer Bray Wyatt was,
right.
That is never mentioned until the very end. And I think,
right,
for my money, he's probably the most creative guy I've seen in a ring, and as long as, you know, I can remember. I mean, I always think, like, put anyone else and tell them to go do the Bray Wyatt character.
No,
I don't see anybody being able to pull it off.
You know? I remember when that was like being rumored of coming about, and like I did a tryout in Tampa when it was still FCW. Wyndham, I think, was there. And I definitely met him when the Husky Harris thing was what was, but you could, you know, you saw that there was something, but he just hadn't figured it out yet. And hell, at that point, I hadn't figured it out either. I'm not sure I ever did. But I remember seeing the Bray thing in the beginning with like the Hawaiian shirt and the hat, and then Brody was, you know, being with him and Rowan, and it just, I was mesmerized, man. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. And it was like to see Brody, who was a guy that I grew up with that in pro wrestling. Like, he was a Rochester guy. I was upstate New York. So, you know, I had known him since I had gotten into wrestling. And Brody was a special sort of talent too. Very, very unique. But I remember the Right Stuff, Brody Lee, and he would like dance, and it was not the Brody Lee that we came to know. But I saw seeing Bray, seeing Wyndham and Brody and Eric Rowan and Braun together the first time was like, oh shit, like that just, I don't know. Nothing more needs to be said. Like I'm invested. I want to see what these guys are going to do.
Yeah, dude. And then looking at just the size of them all, it's like, man, who is gonna beat these guys? Like, good luck.
Right. Yeah. And he had it was almost like he had, from a gimmick standpoint, like there was a spell that he had on the people, but there was a spell that he had on his boys too, in some sort of way, not like a mystical way, but you could tell, like he was the leader. These guys are following him to hell and back. So cool. Yeah. Well, I apologize for taking us down that road, but I know that I didn't want to leave the elephant in the room because I know how tight you guys were, Mojo, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to just speak your piece about the man a little bit. honor him. I mean, even more than what everybody's already done. I mean, seeing some of the stuff, there was some stuff I caught from a house show that Seth Rollins did that was just so touching, and
it was cool. I felt like I don't know if it was most, but there was a significant number of talent that worked in some sort of Wyndham tribute into their matches or segments or something, and that's always cool to see, man, because not to compare, because I think that's totally wrong, but you lose people in every sport and every business, but the amount of tributes that came out after Wyndham passed, it was just a testament to what everybody thought about him, and again, it also ties into creative allowing it to happen, because sometimes they block that stuff. They might want to keep the mood of the show at a certain pace, so it's certainly not on the talent. If they didn't do one, it doesn't mean they don't care. Just maybe they were instructed not to, and there was some sort of direction there, as you know. But it really was cool to see.
Yeah, and it was universal. It was all the way across the board, and there was no it didn't seem as if there were any parameters put on what people wanted to do. There was no fear of anything because he was that guy, that's one of one, in my opinion. I don't know that, you're going to come across too many people in this industry where there's literally no enemies. None.
Yeah, none.
Yeah. That's crazy. Crazy. Well, shit. I'm sorry for taking us here, but like I said, I wanted to give you just a chance to speak candidly about the man, because I know.
No, I'm glad you
what
did,
he
man.
meant. I know what he meant to you.
I
know what he meant to you, and I've heard so many people's things, but it's got to go away at some point, right? I mean, we can't mourn forever, but I think it's a testament to him, and it's like, the initial starts to settle down, but for this industry where it's that constant news cycle and whatever, you know what? I mean, let's keep the man's spirit in there. It's been a tough year, man. It's been a tough year. Terry Funk, Wyndham, Jay Briscoe. Yeah.
On a less somber note, you have a match.
There we go.
You have a match coming up.
I do
soon.
I do.
And your other guest is waiting.
All right. All right. Well, Mojo, we got your picks. We're excited to see how they turn out. Frank, as long as you beat Frank, just
that's man. That has
some people have tried. Most people are unsuccessful.
Yeah.
Coming, pal.
Wow.
Did you even? I don't. Was that English?
Some people
Parlez-vous français, baby doll.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, Mojo, anything we can plug for you here on our Frank polluted airwaves?
We're good, baby. We already did. We talked all about Paragon and representation.
Yeah.
Good to go.
I'll tell you, man, the Paragon thing, now that you got into it a little bit more, hell yeah.
Making moves, baby. More to come.
I'm gonna have to get you and my agent together. Have you guys have a little conversation. He can be a little bit of a shit stirrer, and I think in the best way possible. But some of the boys, man, I'm telling you,
gotta hold it down for the boys, baby.
They're afraid, but then I look at it and I'm like, no, That's because I know Andy's got he gets paid to have my back, not anyone else's.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And hopefully you only have to have that conversation once every few years or so. So
yeah. All right. Well, Mojo, as always, man, please don't be a stranger. Get back on here with us. You have an open door whenever. And if there's anything we can do for you, contact me directly. Just don't even go anywhere near Frank. Yeah,
well, brother,
Frank, just
thank you for having me on. It's
Thank
always
you.
a pleasure.
thank you for the picks, brother. Thank you for the picks. Appreciate you, Mojo. All right, brother.
Talk to you soon. All right, let's bring in Vinny, who you've kept waiting. It's your fault. I have a feel. I feel like you did that on purpose.
I kind of think you did it on purpose.
I kind of think
I feel like you did do it on purpose. I'm thinking about is he doing it on purpose?
Fucking assholes.
And then chuckles.
Bring him on.
And the chuckles after that. Yeah, see.
Yeah, I may have done it. All right, I may have done it on, but the guy's all hopped up on fucking G Fuel.
Better than brownies.
I am.
Yeah.
I needed a few of those. Nah, that was a good conversation you had with him, with Mojo.
Yeah, Mojo's he's a good cat, man.
Yep.
He is a good cat. He's for the boys. He's one of the boys. I think I just think Mojo, especially like being one of those guys that came later into wrestling. I think Mojo's got a certain respect for pro wrestling that some people probably don't expect.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, and talk about an athlete. Holy shit. I mean, and that's the thing too that gets me sometimes with pro wrestling. I guess I just don't think everybody deserves a fucking trophy.
I listened to your podcast on Conan.
Yeah.
Shout out to Conan and Disco.
Yeah. Conan and Disco.
Shake
Joe. Shake.
Well, what's good?
You tell us what's good.
Yeah,
you're a busy man.
Yeah, I had a crazy weekend, bachelor party weekend.
Oh,
and I don't drink. Went off the walls. I did drink.
Jesus!
Bobby tried that the other day. Didn't go so good.
What's that?
Drinking.
Did I drink the other day?
You took a drink.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did.
Didn't go well.
Oh my word! It never goes well.
So when's the big day? Are you closing in on the
11/11?
When is it?
11/11. 52 days away.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
So what did the bachelor party consist of? Let's go there.
6 drinks or 5 drinks.
Chippendales?
No shippers.
Oh, okay.
Especially male ones, apparently.
What happened?
The Chippendales are male strippers.
Oh, no female or male. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It consisted of ever go to AC? There's like a pool party they have there. It's like it's a bar. There's a pool. There's DJ. It's amazing.
Atlantic City.
Yes.
Okay.
It's insane. The night ended me giving Cheeseburger and Ryan Mooney a bunch of wrestling moves. Or trying to at least, and getting almost thrown out by the bouncer.
All right. So Cheeseburger's your trainer, correct?
Yes. And groomsman. Yes.
All right.
Cheeseburger, Delirious, John Gresham. I give credit to Red Titus as well. And
okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I know everybody that trained you.
Yep. And they know you too. They have some funny stories about you.
Oh,
none of them are
true. Good stories.
Or all of them are true. Who knows?
But yeah, Brett and Burger are my groomsmen. 2 of my groomsmen. So
nice.
Yeah.
Rat Titus is one of your groomsmen.
It's gonna be nuts. Yes.
Well, yeah, you're a brave man, man. You're a brave man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Looking to see if my wife's looking. No, really funny. I met him. No, I'm looking at hepatitis. No, really funny. I met Rhett for the first time at ROH in Miami, and we had the 2-show weekend. And Rhett needed somebody to drive back with because they didn't want him going back alone in the ring truck. You know, he had the ring truck.
Right.
Yes. So like, you know what? I don't really know Rhett that well yet. I'll pick his brain. Let's go. So I went in the ring truck with him, and that was one of the craziest experiences I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
The best.
Wow.
Good experience. We lost the keys at one point at the gym,
Of course.
but it was great.
Well, I will say this. I mean, that doing that on the fly to me is like, it's just confirmation that like, okay, this guy wants it. Like he wants it. And sometimes I think that that's the element that is missing. Some people think it's going to be handed to them, and like it just it can't be, right? And it's you shouldn't want it to be, because if it is and you're not going to appreciate it, like you're not going to treat it right anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel like that story. You got your vitamins there? Is that
beef liver? I'm trying to figure out a way to pronounce this better.
Beef liver.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That will probably make your farts smell interesting, huh?
Probably not. I don't really. Nah.
Yo,
You're not too
I can't
gassy.
tell. Nah, I don't.
You're not real gassy. All right. Yeah.
It's good stuff. Though.
Frank
Liver's
would say
good
that
for the
too, but then he'd be lying.
world. What? It's my fiance. Do my farts smell bad? I don't know. No, actually, tell you what. I don't.
Your farts smell like G Fuel?
They do.
I fucking love the fact that you're like, hey, hon, do my farts smell bad?
Is that gonna be? That's gotta be G Fuel's next flavor that comes out.
No, the
It's
biggest
Vinny Pacifico fart.
Bobby, the biggest rib you'll ever hear. This is true. No, guys. I've never farted in front of my fiance on purpose. On purpose.
Okay. All right. Well, definitely by accident. You had to.
Yes.
But I mean, you guys are, you're getting married and you live in the same house, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, separate bathrooms is just kind of normal. It's common.
Yes.
Like I've kind of commandeered the upstairs bathroom here. And my wife.
What you gotta do?
I mean, those should be separate. I don't see that being but then you stay in a hotel room or something like that, and then it's a bridge you gotta
then that's the experience you're not ready for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, what do you like? You don't just go. Okay, boys, what do you do? What did I miss?
That's okay.
Oh.
What happened?
We've lost Frank like 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
No, when we go to hotels, tell you to leave the room.
Right.
You do.
Not anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the other thing you can always do, and this was a Steve Carino thing. So Steve had a rule,
What's
which if you stayed in a room with him, there were no number twos in the room. You had to go use the bathroom in the lobby.
That's a good rule. Kind of like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was Steve's rule, and he was senior guy. For me, so if ever I stayed with Steve, I number twos were only in the lobby. So I mean, you could pay that courtesy to your wife, to your soon to be wife. Like, yeah, baby, you can blow it up, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, me too. I let her do it. I let her do her thing. I don't judge.
I'm
Oh, Vinny, you're gonna be A hell of a husband.
Oh, I
A
know.
hell of a husband.
But going off what you said before, I've done a lot of things in my career.
Yeah.
That you mentioned, like being you want it. Like I've done a lot of things where they came out of nowhere. Like I've had matches come like while on vacation. You know what I mean? Like, and I just went and did
Like
it
while you're what?
on vacation. Like if I'm
Okay.
traveling somewhere, last year, I had a Florida trip for my fiance's birthday, and all of a sudden I get a email, "Hey, you available to fly out to Texas for this booking?" And I took it. So I'm always ready. I always stay ready. Have my gear with me at all times. Every vacation I go on, my gear's with me. So wrestling is just very unpredictable in those ways. So that's why I always am ready to do whatever is needed.
Yeah, why don't you tell them about that? Yeah.
It is, but I will say this, and I'd like to think I speak a little bit from experience. This industry, it has its place, but balance is the key. And this industry is never going to love anyone.
Yep.
Really. So the people that have a hard time separating the two, it's not the prettiest ending, you know.
Oh, I know.
So
I've seen it firsthand.
yeah, I just think, keep things into perspective. Obviously this woman means a lot to you, and you wouldn't be getting married if she didn't. So there's, find that balance and take like you're gonna be somebody's husband, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for myself, being only a year and change married now, like what my perception of being a husband was before this and what I've learned it is now is night and day. Frank, would you agree? Like the sort of awareness required to actually be like a husband and really be showing up.
You gotta be there.
It's
Yeah.
different.
You gotta be there.
It's just different. Yeah.
We've gone through a lot together, and
Yeah.
I would not change a thing. I would not change anything. I'm very lucky. I'm very happy. Very supportive of my career. She'll probably be there Saturday, so you can meet her.
Oh, Vin, what are you doing?
What?
You don't want her there Saturday?
Nah, I don't want her there Saturday. She can stay home.
You don't want her there Saturday? The things I'm gonna do to you, Vin.
Things I'm gonna do to you, she'll probably turn her on a little bit.
Or what, are you gonna kiss me?
No, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow, we went left.
All right. Well, I mean, I applaud the effort. I applaud your your gumption, I guess we'll call it. But how many G Fuels you putting down that day? Because you're gonna probably need a few.
I'm gonna need a few, but I'm well stocked. Yeah.
Okay.
They stocked me pretty well. That didn't sound right, but they do stock me really well. And these G Fuels, I know it's a little early, but they're gonna be. We got Jason over. We got Jason over here.
Who's Jason?
Who's Jason? I don't know.
Smith.
Jason. What?
Jason the horror villain.
Jason Voorhees.
Oh, Jason Voorhees. Okay.
Then we got this guy over here.
Are they the Halloween? It's a Halloween edition?
Yes, they are.
G Fuels?
And I got this one.
You're not going to wear a Halloween costume to face Bobby, are you?
I might. Listen, I tell you what. I wore a Star Wars outfit in one match. And I wore a whole cape. And did a whole match in a cape during Halloween season.
I've never seen a half a cape, so that doesn't make any sense.
Vinny, I might show up. I might go in drag and just kick your ass dressed like a woman.
I wouldn't hate it. I'm sure the fans there wouldn't hate it either.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I turn up So how long before you get married? 11/11.
Yes. When did you get married? Your anniversary was recently. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
July.
A couple hours ago.
July 17th. couple hours ago. Yeah. Yeah, so Vin, I mean, this is foreshadowing, but like I picture you limping down the aisle
Hope not.
to your bride.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Well, she walked down the aisle with me, I think.
She'll limp down the aisle? I
No,
don't
yeah,
plan
well,
on kicking your
she-
wife. I mean, I
I
can.
don't-
If you
I mean, if
want.
it comes to that,
Right. I mean, you know, I'm not.
I mean, there are casualties of war sometimes.
It's friendly fire, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you seen the spot?
Okay.
Bring the wife in, duck, kick her in the head. You've seen those spots before.
I haven't, and I don't know who did that one.
Plenty of people.
Yeah.
Or no, or at least the wife is in, you duck, you kick the wife in the head, I get pissed, duck your clothesline, roll you up. Who the hell knows? But I've seen this spot a million times.
Yeah, I
Sometimes you
don't
got
know.
fights.
I just plan to like brutalize your legs.
Resistance.
Or sodomize.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I don't know. I mean, sure,
Where-
sure. So, Vin, you're you're headed somewhere out of the country soon, right?
Ooh, this is something that I went to you about. Yes.
Yeah.
Going to Japan later this year.
Nice.
I'm really excited. Japan's been a big goal of mine. This year I debuted for New Japan, I believe, after our podcast.
Yeah.
That was probably the best night of my career. I said it before.
No. Being on this podcast a month ago, that's where it started everything. That's what kickstarted everything. You're on Kurt Angle. You're on Busted Open coming up.
Yeah.
You are nationwide.
Well, how'd you think so?
Japan's worldwide, Frank. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, he's nationwide too.
Different. Yeah. Well, if you're worldwide, you're pretty much nationwide
Ah,
as well.
true.
So
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I New Japan allowed me the opportunity to use my character in its fullest, to be myself in its fullest, with the G Fuels. And that was a G Fuel loved what I did at New Japan. And ever since then, they've created some opportunities for me after that G Fuel might have not. There also is going to be more things ahead with G Fuel that I can't mention yet, but there's going to be collaborations.
Stay tuned.
There'll be a major collaboration with myself and G Fuel. And this is really cool as an independent wrestler to have these things because it just G Fuel wasn't always G Fuel at first. They are not a wrestling or a athlete brand. They're more targeted to like horror. They're more targeted to anime, video games, superheroes, Naruto. I'm sure you see the cans. It's all those types of
Like scary movies. I thought you were talking about hookers.
No. Not
Or I thought
No,
you said they were
horror.
targeted to whores.
Sorry,
yeah,
horror.
horrors.
No, Dennis, was I wrong? No,
Yeah, I
horrors.
think you missed the mark on that one. Just
It's not horrors.
missed it just right. You were
I
close.
thought it was Ladies of the Night, that
Fair
G
enough.
Fuel, because they got to stay up late too, right? I
Yeah.
mean, Johns aren't always, up at the crack of dawn, right? I mean, unless they just didn't go to sleep.
From the G Fuel.
Well, I mean, those are probably the end of a Coke bender, so I don't know if they need G
You would
Fuel
know.
at that point.
This is
Yeah,
getting so fucking weird. What is happening?
After that, you probably leave up all night.
Yeah, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. G.
Welcome.
Scott, you understand.
G Fuel and cocaine. What a fun night.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
That's
I don't even want to know.
3 days later. Oh. Anyway.
Still be doing this 3 days.
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, right. No, Bobby. Yeah. definitely like going forward, once G Fuel got me signed, they were not sure what to expect with what I do. You know, they've really gotten behind my promos I do. They've really gotten behind the stuff I do in the ring that involve G Fuel, and they've really just loved. They've learned, or they've fallen in love with our collaboration so far, and I'm very lucky that I'm able to do that for them. You know, because it's just they gave me an opportunity, and I'm making the most out of it.
Right. So what do you feel like so the direction that you were headed prior to this, do you feel like this has been a deviation? Do you feel like this has been just an addition? What are your thoughts on
In terms of what? In terms of like
just in terms of wrestling and who it is that you're presenting? What how it's helped or changed the product that is Vinny Pacifico?
G Fuel. Because how do I put this? I think it's helped me a lot because I became more adaptable to other things in terms of like business and stuff, and I'm learning how to transition business from other outside aspects into wrestling. G Fuel is they have altogether at least, I would say, 4 million followers of all social medias. So having them share my stuff or having them like comment does wonders for my social media page. And also it creates a whole new and also there are a lot of fans in wrestling from G Fuel. So it's really cool to see how the wrestling fans who follow the G Fuel accounts really like latch on to my stuff. But it's really cool to create a whole new fan base in the energy drink space as well as wrestling. You know, I think it correlates really well, and I think I'm one of the only wrestlers who do energy drinks stuff. You know what I mean? Or like incorporate the way I do, and then get signed to 2 contracts within a year. Somehow, however that happened, I'm blessed, but it just I'm very lucky that it happened, but it did. And you have to use things the right way and use it to your advantage. So that's what I'm really trying to do, is just use G Fuel and use my charisma to create something special.
So have you thought about how like what happens if you continue on the trajectory you're on, you continue to get opportunities, and a contract is offered with one of the whatever you want to call it, one of the bigs? Is there going to be a conflict of interest with G Fuel? Or is that something that you would? I guess what I would be most curious is, like, have you thought about hiring an agent?
Not yet. I think when I'm closer to getting signed, or when I am signed, definitely, then I would probably consider it. Right now, I think I'm just really focused on getting to that next level first. But I personally think G Fuel will be happy wherever I go, whatever I do. They will be happy for me, or they'll be happy with me. You know what I mean? If I have to go to a company and they don't allow me to do this, that's fine. I'll adapt. But if I'm allowed to do all this with that company, that'll be even better collaboration. Also, the people who work at G Fuel have worked for, I can't say the name, but other wrestling companies that are very big.
Yeah, don't get yourself any hot water for the sake of Frank.
Yeah, it depends on what the company will want. If the company says, "Hey, Vinny, we want to sign you, but you can't do any of the G Fuel stuff," that's fine. I'll adapt however I have to do it. And if company says, "Hey, we want to sign you, and you could do whatever you want creatively with the G Fuels or anything you want to do with energy drinks," great. I'm happy either way. You know, I just want to get to that level where I'm able to do what I gotta do best. You know, and just wrestle. Tell stories.
Well, when are you going to be headed over to Japan?
December. I don't know the dates yet, but I know December.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and I know.
You should be, man.
I'm really excited. Definitely, we'll be having a show 10 days prior, and don't know where I'm wrestling yet. It'll be in LA. They want me to kind of host a rave. They have like a post-show rave, like an anime rave. You know what anime is?
Yeah, anime is huge in Japan.
In LA, I'm on the show, and then after the show, they're gonna have a huge rave, like an anime rave, and they want me to host it with G Fuel and have G Fuel sold at the rave. Which I got to talk to my manager, my G Fuel manager about that. But it could be arranged. Today we discussed, and so that's other opportunities too. Like I'm able to be part of like things where I'm a part of a company that people will look to after an event. You know what I mean? So it's really, the opportunities are insane. Like I was on a commercial with Champion 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Champion and G Fuel did a collab, and they had me as one of the athletes. And I'll just say it now, like we're working on getting a Vinny Pacifico G Fuel collaboration clothing line.
Cool. Wow. Shit. Well, man, that's great, man. That's exciting stuff. I don't think that it's commonplace for that to be something within pro wrestling. So I think you do yourself a credit by following this path, and just keep in mind that like you may have scenarios and opportunities that are like one of one that haven't, there is no blueprint laid before you for how to handle it, because this is unique. It's very unique. So this Saturday, Pro Wrestling Magic,
yes,
New Jersey. Where? What is the address again?
Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. It's called the Mecca. If you look that up,
I knew it. I just wanted to see if you knew it.
Nah.
Yeah, it's a lie.
I definitely knew it. Don't, Dennis.
Sorry.
I don't lie. Yeah. So,
folks, where's the lie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. So.
Is that a button you push?
I don't know what that is. No, it's in the ether. It just happens. That's actually my job, is to just play sound effects every once in a while.
Right.
Love it.
So we that's what's going on Saturday, and this has been a long time coming.
5 years,
more
6
than
years,
that,
7 years, maybe.
Yeah, 6 or 7. Yeah.
Crazy how we met at a wrestling show. I think it might have been Evolve.
Right. Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was definitely New York.
Drove you to the airport after.
Yeah.
We had a great talk.
And now I gotta kick the shit out of you.
See how that works?
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
How many times
we
meet?
We should be,
Wait,
breaking bread, and here I am gonna cripple you before your wedding.
Should be front row. So.
Oh man.
I should get a bird's eye view of it.
Yeah. Bird's eye view.
Also, Staten Island Live will be there as well.
Saturday Night Live?
The Staten Island Live. Wait.
Oh.
Staten Island Live.
Staten Island Live.
Yeah.
Is that
let's see there.
Sketch comedy show?
Oh, they're a news company. They're the news, yes.
The news.
News. Gary News.
Good
news is Gary News.
Bob, have you ever been to Staten Island?
I think I visited Wagner College.
Really? For what?
Yeah. I think I went on a visit there to see the football facility and stuff. When I was coming out of Hudson Valley, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. My old high school coach hit me up. I played football, and for one season only, but like they continue to follow me after this, and they want me to go to the school and give like a prep talk to the football team about how to like chase your dreams and make things happen. I haven't answered them. I don't really know if I want to do it or not, because that coach is not a good person. One of the coaches,
Oh boy,
not a good person. But
yeah.
but for the students and the players, I definitely think I might go and just, and I'm not for burying someone's dream, and that coach was burying my dream when I wanted to leave football to wrestle, and they were just like not having it. But one coach, name's Brian, he had my back. He's like always telling me, do what you gotta do what you gotta do what you want, do what you want, and I did. And he's been following me ever since, and he's been motivated, like always commenting on my posts and stuff. So finally,
Right.
he hit me up to do this, and I think for him, I'll do it. But the other coach just hope he sees I hope the coach sees what I'm doing, and definitely will go to that school and give some really good advice to the students who want to chase the dream, because chasing a dream is not easy, as you probably know, and it's not easy, and it just comes with a lot of sacrifice, a lot of pain, and failure, over and over again, failing, and you have to find it in yourself to not stop, and find it in yourself to find ways to make other things work, and it's upsetting because you could fail a million times, but all it takes is that one yes, and that's something I'll tell those kids,
I mean, not for nothing, dude. Like, I understand where you're coming from about that one coach, but if you go in and talk to the kids like that, like fuck the coach.
Yeah.
Go in and talk to the kids like that. And I thought,
don't fuck the coach in front of the kids.
I won't.
That'll be you get arrested for that.
That'd be a little weird.
They won't let you. You probably have like a restraining order or something.
Don't eat that right now.
I'm pretty sure you're just gonna get arrested for fucking a coach in front of the kids. Just avoid that at all costs. But,
avoid fucking the coach.
Yeah. Hey man, if you never learn anything else from us in life,
that's sage advice.
Don't fuck the coach.
All right, let's get to the brass tacks.
That's a t-shirt.
Never mind.
That's a t-shirt. Don't fuck the coach.
Why should we buy a ticket Saturday night?
I think the story behind everything is just how all this came about. The years of Bobby's just career going from, we were Evolve at the time. You went to ROH. You were working for ROH and then Evolve, and then you would. I think that's when we met, right? On your way out of ROH.
It was Evolve, and then Ring of Honor, and then NXT after Ring of Honor in New Japan.
And we stayed in touch with all that. So it was really cool. And you always been the guy who's always just gave me advice, and always, you didn't forget me. You didn't forget that kid who just wanted to learn and get better. So that means a lot to me, because a lot of people are just like, you gave me a ride. Thanks, kid. See ya. You never know. You know what I mean? So you've always been someone who just doesn't forget where they came from.
Well, there's lots of pieces of shit out there, man.
Yeah. And you didn't strike me as one. So
I pretend not to be a piece of shit.
And you do well.
Frank will tell you. You get to know me. I stink.
It's a real piece of shit. No.
Real piece of shit.
It just really
Really old piece of shit too.
What'd you say?
Really old piece of shit too.
Yes, a really old piece of shit.
But tell you what, I try to always do the same thing. Whenever I fly in somewhere and I get a ride from someone, I always try to give back, and I always try to, if they ask me for advice, give advice. If I ever try to I buy them food. I always try to treat the people who do these small little jobs that they get for wrestling students or whatever. Just give back. Just find a way to help out somebody. I think helping people out will do more for yourself. At the end of the day, just I love helping. I love being someone that you could rely on to ask advice for, or ask to watch their match, or just helping hand. You know what I mean? And just train with somebody. I think it's very important to be that guy.
I think this industry could use more of those guys, and that'd be good. With me, I'd be that's. I love that. I think, we need as much of that as we can in this industry.
I think so too. That's why I try to be it.
Yeah. But all the bullshit aside, Saturday. I mean, we're it's like kayfabe whatever it is. But Ben, I never got into wrestling to go out and dance.
And what? Sorry.
He's back. I never got into wrestling to go out and dance. So like, I have to let you know, we're not gonna put together a routine and then go out and perform it. So again, this is why, like, half jokingly, I say you don't want your fiance in the front row, or you might not want all of your friends there or whatever. And it's half joking.
Sorry, honey, you ain't coming.
But then there's another side of it where it's like, you know, I've been doing this longer than you. In some people's estimation, I've been doing this since the beginning of time. But the fact of it is, like, I have one speed. And so even though there's history between you and I, and we know each other, like, I have one speed, and there's not a lot of daylight in my work, we'll call it. And like, I'm not there to, you know, frankly, I'm not there to be your fucking friend on Saturday. So it's kind of what it comes down to. I look forward to it, but I part of me looking forward to it is because that's part of what I love about it is friend or foe. Like, when we get in there, I know one speed, and you're getting that speed, the same speed that everybody else got. And
I want it. I need that
hope
speed.
you're ready. You know,
I want that
hope you're
speed. I
ready
need
for
that
it.
speed. I wrestle people who have that same mentality of friend or foe, doesn't matter. I'm still gonna kick your ass. That's my mentality. It always has been. It was instilled in me since day one.
By
I've
who?
never.
By Cheeseburger?
What?
By who? By Cheeseburger?
EC3, Cheeseburger, a lot of people. And these people who came before me and instilled this into me are people that I've beat. So you will be no different. You will be no different than anybody else. You'll be no different than anyone I've stepped on to get to where I need to get.
Mm-hmm.
One energy drink, I mean, it may take 2 of these or 3 of these, who the fuck knows, but at the end of the day, I'm aligned with these energy drinks. They will. So if you decide in the match you want to try an energy drink and grab it while I'm kicking your ass because you need it, it won't do for you what it does for me. It may help you a little bit, it may give you a little bit of an edge, but it won't do for you what it does for me, because me and these things are aligned differently.
Okay. So this is like your gummy berry juice. The dated reference. Dennis, you get it, right? No?
No, was I
Frank?
supposed
Gummy bears? Gummy?
I
No?
I was
No, but you don't remember the cartoon?
the Care
gummy-
Bears?
No, the gummy berry juice. They would drink it
Gummy
and they could
berry
jump
juice?
real high.
I would have gone more with like Popeye and spinach.
Basic. I mean, that's a good one too. Is that too outdated?
I mean, that's even more dated, but
yeah, but
I mean,
for me to remember it, I would have gone.
maybe more.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Well, that was unsuccessful.
You know, sometimes
I'll look into it. Was it gummy berry? Berry?
Gummy berry. Yeah, there was the gummy bears. I thought that was a cartoon, and they would bounce when they would drink the juice. They would bounce real high. Do you remember this, Frank? Are you looking it up on Google? Come on, make yourself useful, please.
I think you're making things up.
Fucking hell. All right.
I do too.
Whatever. Pro Wrestling Magic, Saturday, September 23rd. Where is this again, Ben?
Richfield Park, New Jersey.
Yes,
If
sir.
you're a wrestler and you want to learn, you got a podcast that day as well.
There's a podcast that day?
No, whoa. Seminar that day. I'm
Did
sorry.
you mean podcast? Yeah.
Seminar.
Right.
Hey, maybe a podcast
Right.
too.
Yeah.
Maybe a podcast too. No, seminar that day. And also, since I was.
Is that the gummy bears?
It's the gummy berry juice.
Wait, let me see that.
Yeah,
Go
there
closer.
you go. Yeah.
I've never seen that before in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
The gummy bears.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
have
gonna
you
go
ever
later on,
seen
though.
anybody wait, can anyone does anybody drink G Fuel and do that? Maybe if they're on acid.
I sorry.
Maybe I'll show up on acid. I'll have to do that with my wife. You got your G Fuel and I'll just drop some acid.
That would be a pretty insane
Yeah.
duo, I would say.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
Then it might really cripple you. Then who knows?
and acid's a
Anything's
crazy one.
possible.
Never did it, but I heard it's crazy.
Bobby will not only cripple you, but the 4 pink elephants that are in the fucking ring
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. They might all get it. Everybody. Every one of you.
And the unicorn that's in the 3rd row.
All right. Yes. So they can head where to get tickets for this thing?
Pro Wrestling Magic tickets on
Okay.
Google. Hit
And
that
it's on
link.
Fight TV.
No,
Correct?
IWTV.
IWTV.
Close enough. Yes, IWTV live stream live. And
Definitely not close enough. IWTV is
Different.
not going to see it that way as, oh, well, I mean, you're close.
not close enough, but 2 streaming companies, I get it. No, but
Yeah.
love them both. IWTV live, streaming IWTV live Saturday, 6 p.m. show start.
Yep.
We're on later in the show, I think.
Yeah. Do we know? We don't know when we are on.
Yeah, like 8.
Okay. All right.
But
All
prior
right.
to the show, you have a seminar. And if there are any students or people watching who are new to wrestling and want to get booked at Pro Wrestling Magic and learn from someone great, be at that seminar as well. And yeah,
I mean, my thoughts on the seminar very much is if you're somebody in the area and you've been wrestling, like I will put it out there in front, like this is in these seminars, they're not a money grab for me.
mm-hmm.
I want to give back. There's things that I think amongst my friends and my peers and the people I've been around, it's common knowledge, but you don't realize that common knowledge gets lost.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of that has been lost, and there's value to be pulled from some of this otherwise useless information and skills that I have in my bald head. So I would love to see as many people turn out for that are currently, pursuing wrestling.
Me too.
And
Me too.
take it serious. It's, if you are the type that, feels like, all right, well, pro wrestling it's this different sort of thing, and it's predetermined, and everybody gets a trophy. Like, this isn't the seminar for you.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that. But if you're somebody that takes it serious, and this is that's how you see it. You see it as you pursuing your career, not your job, your career.
Yep.
Then yeah, I mean, come out, do the seminar.
Yep.
I promise you, I've worked every place there is to work in the modern era of pro wrestling. So at the very least, like, I have some shit that's worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the seminar, of course, I think it's great. It's me.
Yeah,
So,
it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
As you should.
Yeah.
All right,
Then,
take us home, Jackson.
Watch me. Yeah. Michael?
Justin.
Jermaine.
Justin.
Favorite Jackson? Justin?
Justin.
Get out of Justin. That's your favorite?
My favorite Jackson? Bo.
Yeah. Nothing like dividing the audience, boys. Back to Colony High. There we go, assholes.
Yep.
All right.
This is why we're
What do
here.
you got, Frank? What do you got for Vinny? What parting words you got for Vinny for the
What do you got?
G
Good
fuel?
luck.
What's the G stand
Good
for?
luck.
I don't even know what it stands for. I'll be honest.
Yeah, Google fuel.
Gaming.
God fuel, gaming fuel.
Where the
fuel.
fuck is that music
Oh,
coming
okay.
I
from?
see it, Frank. I see it. I see it. What
Thank you
is
for having me,
that?
guys. Appreciate it. Stay safe, Bobby. See you Saturday.
Is that Vinny or who? Where's that music?
Not me.
All right.
All right, bye.
BobbyFishApparel.com for all your Bobby Fish
Yeah.
needs.
The Bobby Fish on Instagram, the Bobby Fish on Twitter. Got that. What's that podcast or what's that interview I just did coming out?
Conan.
soon? I don't know.
Yeah, Conan out there right now.
No, that's already out. Yeah, Conan. Please tune in to Keeping It 100. They've already dropped it. Right.
Make the
Say it again.
background music stop. It's fucking making it hard
Oh.
to hear what the fuck he's saying.
Oh, perfect. BobbyFishApparel.com.
Fucking
September
such a train wreck.
30th. September 30th, House of Champions. I got a seminar going on there too. If you're in the state of Florida and anywhere near Longwood.
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 Frank is fucking 6.
Yeah.
That poor kid has no idea what he's in for on Saturday.
No, he doesn't. I like keeping him a little bit in the dark.
Cute kid. Cute kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're buddies.
He doesn't realize that I think this is real.
Oh,
I have to beat you.
don't take it personal, Vinny.
Yeah. Or maybe
Or do.
do.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's not going to matter.
Nope.
Yeah.
Frank's fucking ring light is on the fritz again
Yeah.
tonight. Is on and
You
off.
gotta go.
Frank's got a fucking
Take us home.
it's got a fucking strobe light.
All
Take us
right.
home.
What do you got, Frank?
Nothing.
Of course.
Well done.
Mm.
For all your
Me?
for all your DJ needs, dscottradio@yahoo.com. That's all I got.
Get it for all your
DJ.
other needs, Frank. Can't fulfill them, so don't bother him.
Right. All right.
Yes.
On that note, my friends, say goodnight, Bobby.
Good night, Bobby.
Pecker.